化在春泥当中的那个落花，永远滋润的下一代。各位平安，我是郭家的老三郭雨怡，非常感谢有这么多的家人、弟兄姐妹及朋友在此聚集。过去1周内，许许多多的慰问、关心、鼓励，还有支援，纷纷从各方传来。我们三兄妹真的是非常的感激与感谢。我非常荣幸可以在这里来跟大家分享我的父亲郭潮清先生。下面的分享我将用英文来进行。Hello everyone, my name is Yui. It is my greatest honor to share about the memory of my father. My dad is a man who loves his family. My fondest childhood memory includes playing horseback riding at the back of my dad, taking bath with him together and having a good time, and his big warm hand holding mine during a taxi ride home. My dad is a provider. Even though mom is a stay-at-home mom, and dad is the sole bread earner, he always demonstrates his love by sharing household chores. Even after a long day of work, coming home, he will wash dishes, help around the kitchen, and every so often he will regularly lead every children to do a regular house cleaning. I will never forget a few favorite dishes from my dad, including 炒萝卜丝 and 卤蹄膀. My dad is also a provider. My dad is also a protector. My dad is my hero. I remember back in Taiwan, there are flying cockroaches that often appear at nighttime unexpectedly. And I would scream, and my dad would rush in like a Superman, and he will kill the cockroach right away and take care of my problems. So I always feel safe knowing that my dad is around to protect me. During my school years, Dad always makes sure that if it's dark, he will want me to call him, and he will come to the bus stop and walk me home. So I always know that my dad is there for me every moment. My dad is also a man of character. He showed us with his action what is love and service to others, what is self-discipline and responsibility, what is persistence and diligence. My dad is a designer and a handyman. I remember his hand-drawn blueprint of missiles from his service as an engineer in the military. He also single-handedly designed and built a rooftop garden and a retreat lounge for everyone to enjoy. My dad also has this keen sense of humor. He is an artist. He draws. He wrote beautiful calligraphy. He made poems. And later in life, I also found out that my dad is a singer. I love his beautiful voice singing karaoke with mom. He does ballroom dance with her. I love seeing them dance cha-cha, salsa, and waltz together. Dad also practiced Chinese Kung Fu to keep his own health. My dad is a man who always considers about the benefit of others. His acts of service touched many lives, not only family and relatives, but in schools and communities. Even in the last years of his life, when he was old and weak, the top thing on his mind was mom's safety. Whether mom was okay, whether she has been taken care of, he would always worry whether mom would get lost. He always asked the caregivers, "Do I owe you anything?" He wanted to ensure that they are being paid fully. Even in the last days in the hospital bed, he would hold my hand and ensure that I will thank the medical staff who cared for him. There are so many valuable characteristics that Dad has instilled in my life for me to remember him. I know that Dad is now in a beautiful and much better place. He is in heaven, in Jesus' arms. I'm very peaceful and very joyful. I look forward to join my dad one day in heaven. I love you, Dad. Thank you for all the wonderful memories. Now please rest in peace until we meet again.
My name is David Kuo, and we are here to celebrate the life of Guo Chao-Ching, my grandfather, and a man I'm blessed to call Ye Ye. Ye Ye moved from Taiwan to California, and having grown up in Texas, our interactions were less frequent, yet no less impactful. I vividly remember his many lessons in Tai Chi, fractions, and calculus. And while his pupil had the attention span of a young boy, his many lessons were always taught with grace and his signature patience. As the eldest son of his eldest son, I am Ye Ye's oldest grandchild, a distinct honor and something that Ye Ye always made me feel had a special place in his heart. I love you, Ye Ye. And I'm glad that we've shared so many wonderful memories. Until we meet again.
Hi, everyone. As with most of us here, Gong Gong has been a constant figure in my life since childhood. His peaceful and thoughtful presence is like a single thread that I've found is woven throughout my memories of family and growing up. If I were to sum up the role he played, I would describe him as a watcher. Gong Gong was a watcher of the world around him, thoughtful and curious about the things of the past and future. I saw this and was inspired through his actions, how he enjoyed Sudoku and math challenges, how he loved to perfect his Chinese calligraphy, how he kept up with Taiwanese politics, and even the internet for a while. Gong Gong was also a watcher of the people around him. He humbly cared for his family. The way he would pray so earnestly for our family whenever we had dinner together growing up, the way he would help me with my trigonometry homework, the way he would use our visits to take care of paperwork with my mom so Popo wouldn't have to worry about it. These all showed me as a child who my Gong Gong was. As I grew up, and especially after moving away for college, going to see Gong Gong Popo became different. While Popo would share her life stories and impart wisdom on well-being to me, Gong Gong would ask me about my life. I could feel that he saw me not just as a grandchild, but as a person who is part of this new and evolving world, with interests and dislikes, with talents and weaknesses, and with ambitions and dreams. He wanted to know me, and I loved that about him. I loved and looked forward to sharing snippets of my life with Gong Gong, because he cared, and ultimately, I could feel that he was proud of me. The last time I saw Gong Gong, he was laying on the bed in their living room in extreme pain from his most recent fall. As I watched him, not being able to ease the pain or help in any way, all I could think to do was to tell him what I'd been up to. Gong Gong, 你知道吗？我最近在迪拜工作。妈咪，迪拜中文怎么讲？ And after she translated, I eagerly watched his face to catch a slight smile in the midst of his pain. When I heard the news of his passing, I recalled this last interaction with him and realized that I had lost the watcher in my life, who when he saw me, saw a piece of himself out there doing great things, learning and living in the world that he won't experience. And he was proud of me. I'll never forget the lessons Gong's actions taught me or the person who watched me grow into my own being. His humility and curiosity for life and learning have inspired me throughout my life to learn whenever and wherever I go. And though I will miss seeing his face when I share with him my life, I know he is watching my every step and that I'm making him proud.
大家好，我是林立恒，是郭潮清的最小的女儿的长子。
Hello everyone, I am Harrison Lin, and I am the eldest son of Chao-Ching Guo's youngest daughter. One of my memories of my grandfather that was actually something that my mom told me about was that he was very strict with her, and that there was this one time when she was out shopping with him, and she took a piece of candy with her and was actually found out by my grandfather. And that was not the most enjoyable experiences for her. And when telling that story to me, it left an impression that he was, a very stern, a very strict man. But my interactions with him has shown me nothing but gentleness and nothing but love that he has for his family. I also have heard of my grandfather's brave deeds when he was fleeing from his hometown when the communist revolution was happening in China, that he stayed behind with his servants, and they packed all of the belongings of his family and hid it away inside of his family's mansion. Even as the rest of his family had left already, he stayed behind in order to guard his family's belongings. And my grandfather was also a very inquisitive man. I remember spending time with him at his apartment to teach him how to use the internet, and having to struggle to come up with words for computer peripherals and technologies that just comes naturally in English to me, but I'd never had the opportunity to try to explain that to someone from a different generation, a different culture, and a different background. But all of these experiences have shown me that the thing that is left behind by my grandfather to me, his most important legacy, is that of family. In my grandfather's final moments, he was thinking of his family, and he was talking to, my mom told me that he was talking to an unseen person and telling him how proud he was of his 3 children and his 9 grandchildren. And the importance of family is felt by myself in every aspect of my life. My family is a group of people that I can laugh and I can cry with, people that I can experience God's love and kindness by engaging with each other. And they are people that can lift each other up in a way that no one else can other than your family. I'm grateful for the gift that my grandfather and that my God has bestowed upon me. And in my grandfather's passing, I'm reminded to cherish these blessings. Praise be to the Lord, for he tells us to give thanks in all circumstances. For this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Thank you.
这边仅代表我全家非常诚挚的感谢5家的牧师、长老、各位弟兄姐妹、诗班，你们的帮助。感谢各位弟兄姐妹、亲朋好友来参加我家父的追思礼拜。也谢谢 Angeline put together wonderful the slideshow. Harrison, thank you for coming all the way from Seattle. And of course, Ashley from New York. Thank you very much. 最后，感谢是要归给我们的神，他赐给了我们这样的一个父亲，给我母亲这样的一个丈夫，给我的他的孙辈这样的一个祖父。